All right, let's dive right into this. Welcome to today's Explainer, where we're going to look at exactly how beginners can take messy, totally overwhelming raw research and transform it into polished, creative stories. We're unpacking Google's massive 2026 updates to NotebookLM, and I am so excited to show you how to wield this thing.
Because, let's be honest, does this feeling resonate with you? Drowning in research papers, endless PDFs, and just, a dozen open tabs playing hide-and-seek with your sanity? Whether you're a student, staring down 30 dense pages of The Great Gatsby, or a marketer trying to make sense of 100 different customer interviews, we all absolutely know the struggle of information overload. It's completely exhausting, but that is exactly what we're solving today.
Here's a quick look at our roadmap. We'll start with 1, your private AI workspace. Move into 2, synthesizing with AI reports. Visualize it all with 3, storytelling with slide decks. Explore 4, cinematic video overviews. And finally, look at 5, your next creative step.
Okay, starting off with Section 1, your private AI workspace.
To really get this, we need to understand what makes NotebookLM fundamentally different from other AI tools you might have tried. The contrast is actually quite stark. While standard chatbots pull from the entire internet, which is great for general brainstorming, but kind of notorious for hallucinating facts, NotebookLM acts as your own specialized private research assistant. It only reads exactly what you give it. So if you upload your company's brand guidelines and competitor pricing, it answers questions based strictly on those specific documents, complete with verifiable, clickable citations.
This brings us to an absolutely crucial concept: source-grounded AI. Because it is source-grounded, it literally only knows what you teach it. It doesn't go off on wild, unpredictable tangents. And that makes it an incredibly safe, reliable, and trustworthy tool, especially for beginners who need absolute certainty that their outputs are factually tied to their actual research.
Let's move right into Section 2, synthesizing with AI reports.
So once your sources are uploaded, how do we actually make sense of them? That's where the newly updated Studio panel comes in, and the workflow is just beautifully simple. Step 1, upload your sources. These can be anything from PDFs to Google Docs, YouTube transcripts, even handwritten notes. Step 2, click the Studio panel. And Step 3, generate a dynamic report. You seriously don't need to be some prompt engineering tech wizard here. You just act as the creative director. The AI instantly reads through your uploads and generates a comprehensive study guide, a briefing doc, or a competitive analysis.
Now, I've got a massive pro tip for you. Skip the default options. When you click into reports, NotebookLM actually analyzes your specific, unique sources and dynamically suggests the most useful directions to take. The AI does all the heavy lifting for you, suggesting the absolute perfect angle or custom format tailored entirely to the documents you just provided.
And things get really interesting with the new data tables feature. This was a huge December 2025 update powered by Gemini 3, and it instantly turns your messy, qualitative notes into structured, exportable spreadsheet data. Just imagine uploading unstructured transcripts from 5 completely different meetings, and NotebookLM instantly generates a table comparing action items, categories, priorities, and owners, all ready to be exported right into Google Sheets. It's a real game changer.
All right, shifting gears to Section 3, storytelling with slide decks.
Once we have our text synthesized and organized, it's time to make it visual. We are moving way beyond standard text documents thanks to the powerful Nano Banana Pro update. NotebookLM now lets you instantly transform those dense, boring documents into beautifully presented slide decks. You can even apply your own custom brand styling just by uploading your company's brand book as a source. Plus, thanks to a massive February 2026 update, you can now revise individual slides with prompt-based editing. So if slide 3 isn't quite right, you just tell the AI, hey, fix slide 3, and it updates it without you having to regenerate the entire presentation. How cool is that?
And it's not just basic text on a screen. As the creators put it, NotebookLM visualizes data through powerful metaphors and visualizations, uncovering connections you might otherwise miss. Because it utilizes Gemini's world knowledge, the AI is actively finding super creative ways to illustrate your complex ideas. If you upload data on, say, global tourism, it won't just list numbers. It'll generate metaphorical infographics that make those hard-hitting figures truly inspirational and easy to grasp.
Next up is Section 4, cinematic video overviews.
This is the ultimate output. Released in March 2026, this feature seriously feels like pure magic. Instead of just a static slideshow, cinematic video overviews generate a fluid 1 to 3 minute animated video.
It comes complete with professional narration, rich visuals, and totally smooth transitions tailored entirely to your source material. You don't need to record anything, you don't need to write a script, and you definitely don't need to mess with a complicated video editing timeline. You just upload your sources, click Generate, and boom, you get a highly polished video that perfectly summarizes your research.
So how exactly does it do this? Well, behind the scenes, 3 incredibly powerful AI models are working together seamlessly. First, Gemini 3 acts as the creative director, reading your sources and writing the narrative script. Then Imagen 3 steps in to illustrate the scenes, generating all the stylistically consistent concept art and backgrounds. Finally, Veo 3 takes those visuals and animates them with cinematic transitions and fluid motion. You literally just sit back in the director's chair and watch it all come together.
Now, I want you to hold on to this number, 20. Because this process requires such massive computing power, cinematic video overviews are currently an exclusive feature. If you're using the Google AI Ultra plan, you can generate up to 20 of these incredible cinematic videos every single day. Which brings us to our final part, Section 5, your next creative step.
Let's wrap up by looking at how these tools fundamentally shift your role in the modern workflow. We're moving from passive readers to active directors. The new framework for the modern focused learner is curate, learn, and act. You are no longer stuck doing the tedious synthesis yourself. Instead, you curate the highest quality information, you learn from it by chatting interactively with the AI, and then you act by commanding NotebookLM to build your creative assets, your reports, your slide decks, and your videos. You're reclaiming hours, if not literal days of your time.
I'll leave you with this final, totally wild thought to chew on. When AI can memorize and synthesize everything in seconds, what will you choose to create? The value is no longer in just holding information. The value is in your creative direction. So dive into NotebookLM today. Upload your messiest, most complicated research and see what kind of incredible story you can direct. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and until next time, keep learning.